they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Got a man open. It's Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
10 at the 23-yard line.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
The quarterback sacked.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the Broncos first down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
3rd and less than a yard.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
He's brought down by...
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but then it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Makes the score Broncos 3, Cowboys nothing.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs, but still a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed meant a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system, but still a nice spot to be in. But we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
7-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
That's complete, right around the 8. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 6.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Cowboys. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 3, Cowboys nothing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv, and you run into a tough crowd.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. This one from 46 yards out.
46-yard attempt.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Broncos 3.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40.
They give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
10 yards.
It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 23.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
The pass.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
At the 29-yard
3
line.
yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
A gain of a yard.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
Greg Zuerlein.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown at Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got Gordon open, completes it. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we have come to halftime, and what's already it? We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Intercepted.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 1.
This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Gordon loses the football. It's loose.
Melvin Gordon, the ball carrier, fumbled on the play. Recovered.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. It's going to be intercepted a third time. Chidobe with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. And it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. A pass there over the middle to start things out. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's 2nd and inches at the 20-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And he comes back with one complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Brought down at the 28-yard line.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Taken in at the 22. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total.
At the 18-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
That's complete right around the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
At the Broncos' 8-yard line.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
One quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Gordon, incomplete. Xavier Howard on the coverage.
The pass there complete to Sutton. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Complete.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Samuels. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal. At the Cowboys.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case,
now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Broncos 10.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Cowboys.
So another score there, and often you you talk about the three phases of the game, defense, offense, special teams, it's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Well, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So he takes it from 2 yards deep all the way down the field into the other end zone. Add it all up, a 102-yard return on the kickoff. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, Guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
48. Broncos 10.
Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Just like that. Just like that. Like 50.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is the tight end Fant.
The pass.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Able to get this to Gordon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. On 3rd down, Gordon. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as he's out of bounds at the 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd down and goal.
He'll look to throw.
2-yard line.
He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Again, he'll drop to throw, and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
you know, you know. If you know about the carport, the trapdoor's supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Matthew McCrane on for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
His kick is
extra
good.
Point by McCrane, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Sam Martin.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
The ball carried by number 20.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down. Today's final score, Cowboys.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.